Hello, Honors Geometry. Welcome to week 8. This is our final week of distant learning. I just want to say thank you so much. You've been so pleasant to work with, and I know this has been a difficult transition for you, but you've done so well and you were very accommodating, so I really appreciate all your efforts. And I hope to see you next year in classroom or in a school setting. Anyway, this is the final lesson, so we're going to talk more about arc area today. So we talked about arc length last week and converting radians to degrees. Today we're going to focus in on the last section of arc area. So let's get started with an exploration. All right, so as you may remember from geometry, the area of a circle is pi r squared, and the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So the circumference of this circle, circumference means the perimeter, right? So the distance all the way around. So you used this last week to find the arc area. The circumference of this whole circle is 2 times pi times the radius, which is 5. So this is feet, of course. And so the circumference is 10 pi feet. Now this is in exact form, but we can approximate that by multiplying it out. So 10 times pi is 31.416. 31 and 416 thousandths feet. Okay, so this is going to be exact, and this is approximate. All right, so if we wanted to find the area of a circle, the whole circle, that means all of this shaded part on the inside, so all the space on the inside of this figure, we will use the area formula, excuse me, which is pi r squared. So pi times r squared, and that is feet squared, and that's 25 pi square feet. Now this is the exact, and if we wanted the approximate, we would multiply it out. 25 times pi, 78.540, so 78 and 540 thousandths square feet. Okay, so we've done this before, but now we're focusing our attention more on a portion of the circle. So that's what we looked on last week with arc length. So sometimes we just need to work with a portion of the circle's revolution or with many revolutions of a circle. What formulas do you use then? We'll use these. The arc length, which is the circumference of the circle times a portion, a part of the circle. So if I wanted to find the distance from here to here, I would find the circumference of the whole circle and multiply it by the part that I want, and that will give me the arc length. So let's go ahead and review that. So here, x degrees times 360 degrees. So this is what I'm looking for here, 60 degrees over 360 degrees times 2 pi r. The radius here is 12. So the 60 out of 360, 60 goes into 360 6 times. So this is 1/6 of the circle that I'm looking for, and this is 24 pi. And when we multiply this out, you can cross cancel or you can multiply straight across. I'm just going to go ahead and cross cancel and make my number smaller. So 6 goes into 6 once, 6 goes into 24 4 times. And then 1 times 4 pi is 4 pi. 1 times 1 is 1. So my exact arc length is 4 pi units. And then my approximate is the rounded, which would be 4 pi. 4 times pi is 12.566. Okay, that's arc length. We did that last week. Well, we're going to do the same thing, but now we're going to find the arc area. So once again, we're using the area of the whole circle, but we're multiplying it to a part of the circle. So we can find just the area of the portion of the circle that I want. So the area is the inside here. So let's go ahead and do that. We're still working with the same part, the same equal part here. So it's 60 degrees over 360 degrees. But we're going to multiply it now by the area of the whole circle, which is pi r squared. So once again, I have 1/6 of the circle times 144 pi. 12 squared is like saying 12 times 12. So I would do the same thing here. Now 6, I think, goes in evenly to 144. 144 divided by 6. That gives me 24. Okay, so 6 goes into 6 one time. 6 goes into 144 24 times. I did say 24, yeah, okay. And multiply straight across. 1 times 24 pi is 24 pi. 1 times 1 is 1. So the exact area of this sector here is 24 pi units squared. And the approximate would be multiplying this out. 75.398, so 75.398, and that would be units squared. So don't forget to square your units for area. Now we're going to focus on area only since we've done arc length before. So let's do a couple more problems. Find the area of each identified sector given below in terms of pi, which is exact, and to the thousandths place, which is approximated. So once again, I have a circle. It has a radius of 12. I'm looking for the area of this shaded, not shaded, but this area of this portion of the circle. So I'm going to use this formula, and I'm going to take the part of the circle that I want to find the area from and multiply it to the area of the whole circle. So here we go. So we have 100 degrees. That marks the area of the part that I want over 360. And I'm going to multiply it by pi r squared. So 100 out of 360. So let's simplify this down so our numbers aren't so big. The zeros on the end can cancel, and I have 10 over 36. I know that 2 goes into both 10 and 36, so I can divide out that 2 from top to bottom. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. 36 divided by 2 is 18. And then I have 12 squared times pi, which is 144 pi. So I have some big numbers here. It's okay because I don't want to cross cancel here. I'm just going to multiply straight across and then simplify. So I have 5 times 144. 5 times 144. That gives me 720 pi. Don't forget about that pi. And then 18 times 1 is 18. And I'm pretty sure 720 and 18, or 18 goes into 720. Let's see. It sure does, 40 times. So 18 goes into 18 once, 18 goes into 720 40 times. So I'm left with 40 pi. That's my exact area. And this is centimeters, so I'm going to square that. And then the approximate would be 40 times pi, which is 125.664. 125.664 centimeters squared. Easy peasy, right? Okay, so we have the shaded area here. It's actually shaded, and we want to find the area of that shaded region. So we're going to use the portion of that. So 120 degrees, part to whole, multiplied by pi r squared. So 120 out of 360. So the zeros cancel. 12 and 36 share a common factor of 12. So I can simplify it out. 12 divided by 12 is 1. 36 divided by 12 is 3. So that's 1/3. This is 1/3 of the whole circle times 9 squared, which is 81 pi. So multiplying straight across, so we got 81 pi over 3, and 81 divided by 3 is 27. So 27 pi is my exact. And I don't have any units here, so I'm going to use units squared. And then my approximate would be 27 times pi. 84.823, 84.823 units squared. All right, so those are the basic problems. Of course, I'm going to make it just a little more difficult, right? So I'm going to give you some word problems. Same idea, except you just have to draw the image and you have to disseminate some of the information you need. So the words are very important. The central angle of a sector is 60 degrees. All right, the central angle of a sector is 60 degrees. Here's my radius. I don't need to draw this perfectly, but let's say that's my 60 degrees, okay? I'm done with that. And the area of the circle, the area of the whole circle is 144 pi. So this is important. So the area of the whole circle is 144 pi. What is the area of the sector? What is the area of this portion of the circle? Okay, well, in order to find the area, let me write this down here. The area of the sector, which we just learned, is part to whole times pi r squared. So I know I need 60 out of 360, and I have my pi, but I don't have my radius. That's what I'm missing. I'm missing the radius. So this is key to finding the radius. So the area of the whole circle, well, that's the formula pi r squared. So pi r squared is equal to 144 pi. That was given to me. Can I disseminate this information to find r? I sure can. I can solve for r squared. That happens to be the only variable we see here. So what we can do is cancel what's on one side with the other. So the pi's can cancel out, and I'm left with r squared equals 144. Well, this is going to help me find the r because I can find the r by taking the square root of both sides. So r is equal to plus or minus 12. Meaning I can put plus 12 in here. 12 squared makes 144, and negative 12 squared makes 144. But a radius is a length, and a length can't be negative. So this is going to have to be 12. All right, so we've got 12 here. Excellent. So now I'm going to find my area of my sector. I know that my sector is 60 degrees. My whole circle is 360 degrees. I'm going to multiply by pi r squared. And I know that 60 over 360 is 1/6 of the circle, and that's 144 pi. And I know that 144 divided by 6 equals 24. So 6 goes into 6 once, 6 goes into 144 24 times, and when I multiply straight across, 1 times 24 pi is 24 pi. 1 times 1 is 1. So my area of my sector, this area of the sector here, is 24 pi. And that would be units. And that would be my exact. And if I wanted to approximate, which here it's not telling me to, but I'm just going to do it to give you both answers, 75.398, 398 thousandths units squared, because it's area. That's not so bad. Let's do one more. No, let's do a couple more, okay? All right, a circle has a radius of 12. No problem. Radius right here, coming from the center, that's 12. Find the area of the sector whose central angle is 120. Okay, so this would be 90. So let's say that this would be a good 120 here. So this angle measure right here is 1/3 of the circle, which is 120 degrees. I want to find the area of the sector. So that's what we're looking for. Whatever you're looking for, you want to write out that formula. So the area of the sector is part to whole times pi r squared, the area of the whole circle. Okay, well, I have the radius and I have the part to whole. I have everything I need. I just need to plug it in. So 120 over 360 part to whole times pi r squared. No problem. 120 over 360 is 1/3 because 120 goes into 360 3 times. And 12 squared is 144. And 144 divided by 3 is 48. So if I do 144 pi divided by 3, I get 48 pi because 3 goes into 144 that many times. So once again, the area of the sector in exact form is not 20, it's 48 pi units squared. And my approximate is 48 times pi, 150.796. 796 thousandths units squared. All right, I know that I made this 5 problems, so let's do the last one. We're almost there. All right, circle O. This is circle O. I'm going to call it circle O, name it by its center. Has a minor arc. Ooh, remember minor arc, AB. So I'm just filling in this information. Circle O has a minor arc AB with an angle measure of 60. That's already shown on the circle. Sector AOB, this portion that's shaded, has an area of 24 pi. So just that sector has an area of 24 pi. What is the radius? So we're looking for R. Okay, so we're given this key information. Sector AOB has an area of 24 pi. So that means part to whole, 60 of 360, times pi r squared, we don't know what R is equal to 24 pi, right? This is the formula for the area of a sector. We know that the sector we're looking for is 60 degrees and times the area of the whole circle. And they gave us that information. So now what we need to do is simplify this side here and then solve for R. So 60 over 360 is 1/6 times pi r squared equals 24 pi. So 1 times pi r squared is just pi r squared over 6 equals 24 pi. I'm making this as simple as possible. And what do we notice here? We notice that there's a pi on both sides, so can't I cancel those out? Of course I can. So now I'm left with r squared over 6 equals 24. Okay, so this is r squared divided by 6 equals 24. So to undo division, we multiply. So we multiply 6 to both sides. That cancels, and I get r squared equals, I want to say it's 144, but it's latent, I don't know. 24 times 6 is 144. Okay, so r squared is 144, so I can find r by taking the square root, and I get r is equal to plus or minus 12. Now we know the radius can't be negative, so the radius is going to be positive 12. So the radius of circle O is positive 12. Okay, so hopefully those 5 examples will help you complete your practice assignment and then your final assessment for distant learning for this year. Thanks again for all that you do, and thank you for being such a wonderful, wonderful class. I've always bragged on my honors geometry classes this year to my family and friends. You've made teaching wonderful for me. I wish you the best of luck. If you need anything, please do not hesitate to email me. And I expect that when you're seniors that you call upon me to write you letters of recommendations so that you can be your best self and get to where you need to go or where you want to go. Thank you, Honors Geometry.